ever find yourself in the market for a front-wheel drive turbocharged car paired with a 6-speed manual transmission, what do? You go out and you get a Type R, maybe an Elantra N, but what do you do if you don't really have that budget? Now, what happens if you don't have about $40K to fork up for a Type R or an Elantra N? You go out, you get yourself a cheap used car. I just came for a little drive around one of my favorite back roads. Just getting a feel, one last feel for this Sonic. It's going to go through a major revamp. There's so many parts coming on this thing. So let's quickly get into what's powering this thing. This is the 1.4 Ecotec engine. Found in a lot of other GM vehicles, this 1.4 works. And I think the bad rap that it gets is just the cheap owners. It's a cheap car. Cheap cars, I think, attract cheap people and don't do the maintenance. When these cars really require, the cooling system is very faulty from factory. You got a lot of plastic components in there that really require you switching them to aluminum counterparts. Once that's done, however, there's so much car to enjoy. And just a second to point out the tunability of these platforms. I mean, you've got a couple brands out there making stuff for these types of vehicles. You know, the Sonic, the Cruise. I'm in these Sonic groups on Facebook, and it's like a 50-50 of people, you know, taking them past 300K miles, even more. And then you got people that, you know, either bought it secondhand or, you know, whatnot, and they're having problems right off the bat and they get rid of it as soon as possible. I don't know if I'm lucky. I've never had a bad experience in my Sonic. I unknowingly bought it with a coolant issue already. It basically came off the delivery truck spraying coolant from a broken coolant outlet. It didn't tell me anything about it. They just, you know, they even claimed that it was the transporters that have done it. I don't know how that would have happened, but anyway, got it taken care of. I mean, like, this part was like $20-something. It took me like an hour to put it on at most. And my car's been fine ever since. I can't say anything but good things about this car. And for the people that have had those nightmares with it, I don't know what you're doing, man. I don't know what who you're taking your car to or what you're doing to it, but these cars are stout, a lot more stout than you might think. Just because a couple parts, you know, go bad very quickly doesn't mean the rest of it is junk. It's really not. It's real cool to see that, you know, the support and the love for Chevy is there. Even when Chevy's not giving us what we want, we're still there and we're still trying to improve it and make it better because we love showing that bow tie. I mean, let's just stop and think about it. If you want a modern tuner car with that bow tie on it, what are your options? Including a manual, you've only got two. And they're approaching 10 years old. What does that leave people now? Where does that leave the enthusiasts? Where does that leave the young Chevy fans? What are we supposed to get into now? These young kids are not going to want to jump in an Equinox. You know what I mean? So it's just Chevy needs to get it together with this. I mean, they need something fun. I completely understand that efficiency is really the name of the game when it comes to these newer GM vehicles. I just look at these other brands and think about how they can be doing the efficiency part and also give the people what they want at the same time. And right now, Chevrolet is just catering towards that efficiency and really leaving us out to dry. I mean, there's really nothing for us to drive right now besides a couple-year-old Camaro and the C8s. And we all know the C8s do not come with a manual. I mean, come on, you gotta give us something. Doesn't have to be great. Doesn't even have to compete with the top of the line cars. We're not asking them to build a competitor to the Type R or to build something that's, you know, gonna take over the scene. at least something to go up against it. And I mean, like, the perfect entry level for something like this that GM can make would be a competitor to the Civic Si. Perfect start. Make a competitor to the Si, give it just enough power, give it a manual transmission, and the fans will do the rest. I mean, this is a perfect example. The Cruise can be a perfect example as well. You give us the bones, you give us the canvas, and the fans will do the rest. Just give us something. Give us a platform. Give us a platform to work with, and the true Chevy heads will make it possible. They will make the parts, they will do the research, they will put the money into it, because we love these platforms and we like sporting that Chevy bow tie. And that's all I really think it is. I think Chevy needs to get behind the young drivers. They really need to give them something to be happy about. You know, if you want your fans to support your brand, you got to give them something they like. You know, you can't mention the boringness of Chevy without mentioning the awesomeness of what Cadillac's doing right now. It's awesome. The transmissions are awesome. The platforms are great. I've been blessed enough to know what the Alpha platform is capable of, and it is a very capable car. I mean, it is sports car territory. Gone are the days of, you know, straight line Camaros and Mustangs. It's a new generation. You know, there's magnetic ride now. Oh, you've got these big cars, you know, feel like they're floating on a track, and, you know, passing up some of these tuner cars right out of the box. Now, with all that being said, I think it's pretty safe to say that GM's V8 platforms are what's keeping them relevant to new buyers. But nowadays, it's getting increasingly harder to comfortably afford a true V8 sports car. I truly believe now is the most relevant time to release a new, budget-friendly, sporty hatch or sporty sedan. It's what the people want now. Don't believe me? Take a look for yourself. Now, I already know what you guys are thinking. What's the fit got to do with any of this? Well, in my opinion, a world without the fit is a world without the Sonic, which we didn't see for over 10 years after the debut of the fit. Before then, all we had was the Aveo. Flash forward to over 20 years later, and the Honda boys are still taking us to school. If Chevy fans took the Sonic as seriously as the Honda boys did with the Fit, who knows how much larger the subculture for American branded sporty compacts would have been. I want to give a big thanks to Socal Fitted for hosting such a welcoming event and showing so much love. I'll leave their info in the comments so you guys can go ahead and give them a follow. Lastly, I just want to give a big thank you to whoever stood around this long, and I will see you in the next one.